Hi there. It's been a while. I know, not hung out too much. Sorry about that. I've missed you. Hope things are going well for you. Hi there. It's been crazy. I know I've been gone a while. Sorry about that. Been a little remiss in getting together and hanging out. Sorry. I'll have to do better at that. So I've missed you. Hope things are going well. This last week was a little weird. So my Monday morning started off with possibly thinking that I had a skunk that had moved into my crawl space in my house. Thankfully, turned out that no, there was no skunk. Just something got a skunk, or a skunk got something else. But nonetheless, whatever it did, it was very near my house, and it permeated the master bedroom, the kitchen, and a good portion of my basement. So kind of scary. But thankfully, no skunks living in the crawl space. Then it was my Monday. On Tuesday and Wednesday, boy, did I have side effects from my medication. Wow, talk about slow gut movement and not feeling well. Basically, I ended up doing kind of a semi cleanse to get the pipes moving again, get them flowing. So that wasn't fun. Took me out through Wednesday, but finally felt fairly decent Wednesday night. And Thursday was actually a really pretty good day, and I even managed to get caught up at work Thursday and wasn't that far behind, thankfully. So, yeah, kind of a weird week. So I have a bit of a follow up on what happened with my doctor. If you remember, I said that I had spoken to my doctor, and she had asked me, well, why aren't I taking this, or why did I stop taking a cholesterol lowering medication? And my reply was, well, I never took it. I declined taking it. And so the whole thing ensued where, her demeanor changed and basically told me I made the wrong decision, implying that I was rather stupid for doing that. And then, finding out even more information after I've told that I'm not going to take it, that more and more people are having issues with blood glucose control, where people that were normal are now ending up being diabetic within 3 to 6 months of taking the medication weekly. It's a weekly injection, and they're losing control of their glucose levels and then having to get off of it and try and take those. So normal people turning into diabetics very quickly. Not something that I want to do. I've just gotten my A1C down under 6. I want to keep it there and keep it lower if I can, get it below where it's at. It's at, I think, 5.8 is where I was. So, trying to work to keep that the same or lower, as someone who's had diabetes for 20 plus, 25 plus years now. So I'm glad that I'm not taking it. It seems like when you get to a certain point, and then all of a sudden, you're going along, you're doing well, and then they move the goalposts on you. Oh, well, your bad cholesterol, your low density lipids, the LDLs have to be now below 55. 55 or lower is what they're shooting for, so that you don't have another event. Well, when does it end? I mean, how far do we go? So anyhow, the follow up is I 2 weeks later I met with her again and explained my displeasure and my uncomfort, discomfort rather, of how we ended with it. Not that I disagree that she was passionate about me taking the medication, or that that she thinks that I made the wrong decision. I can respect that. As my healthcare provider, she wants me to be as healthy as I can be. But how she delivered it was rather over the top, at least for me. Maybe some people need that. I don't. I'm probably not her normal patient. I am very informed. I do a lot of research, as you probably know. I mean, we talk a lot about diabetes and things that are going on. I do a lot of research because I want to help you, and I want to help myself, of course, but help you from what I've learned, and hopefully this interaction with my doctor has helped you. So I'm not saying drop your doctor, don't tell them what they did wrong, because how fair is that? If they don't know that they did something wrong, that you feel mistreated, or things didn't turn out right, and you don't tell them and you just leave, then they don't know why, and which I'm assuming happens a lot, because that's what a lot of people do. They don't want to have to go through that. But I didn't want to drop her. I respect her. I think she's done well for me. She's been very conservative. She's not one to jump right into surgery to do things right away. If we can manage my symptoms another way through medicine or through diet, exercise, especially exercise. She's a vascular cardiologist. And so we ended up leaving that second second clinic visit on a positive note. And it turned out well. And I was very thankful for that. And so was she, I think. I think it was a learning moment for both of us. I think our professional relationship as healthcare provider, doctor, and patient grew and became better. So don't shy away from having those difficult conversations. Stick up for yourself. Tell them why, explain why you're making this decision. And while it may not be the best decision in their mind, it's a right decision for you. It's how you feel about it. For me, I don't want to take another medication. I don't want to pay more for more medication. I'm happy with where things are at, and I know that it's not where the new goalpost is. And unfortunately, she's young enough not to remember that it was at one point, oh, as long as you're under 200 total cholesterol, you're good. And then it was, oh, as long as you're under 100 or under for your total cholesterol. And, now it's, oh, we're not going to look at total cholesterol. We're going to look at low density lipids, the worst of the worst cholesterol. We want that 55 or lower. It's like every time you turn around, it's like they're moving the bar. And I understand we learn and we grow and we know new things. But again, I don't believe in a lot of coincidence. Not that there isn't coincidence, but the proliferation of dementia and Alzheimer's and cholesterol lowering drugs, because that's what your brain is made up of, is cholesterol and fats. And yes, it is a different type of cholesterol and fat than the cholesterol that you're trying to lower in your bloodstream. But the proliferation of dementia and brain disease and the increase in cholesterol lowering drugs, and now we've got type 3 diabetes, which is diabetes that brings on dementia, because of uncontrolled blood sugar. That to me just seems like there's all those things happening all at once, and they get so locked into looking at what their specialty is that they don't see the bigger picture. And they're so, as in Western medicine, is very used to treating symptoms and not curing. Obviously, there's no profit in curing someone, which we all know. We all kind of make that kind of joke and hint around about the, as long as they're treating the symptom and they can create a new drug, there's always going to be, a new symptom, or there's going to be a new goalpost. And I'm kind of where I'm at with that right there. They moved the goalpost because people were starting to, through diet and exercise and following their healthcare providers' instructions, keeping their cholesterol levels down. And all of these drugs that they no longer have patents on are expiring, so it's time for a new drug. And so that's kind of where we're at. Not that I'm saying that there's a giant conspiracy about that. I'm just saying that's how Western business works, and that's how the business model is set up. And unfortunately, that's how Western medicine is. They treat the symptoms, and that's how they make the money, is by creating a new drug that they hold the patent on that nobody else can infringe on for 20 years. And there you go. So whether your doctor wants to see that as a problem or not is up to them. It's how they're trained to understand Western medicine. But I think there are better ways of doing that. So I am now on a quest with, again, diet, exercise, and supplementation to see if I can lower my LDL even more from where it's at. This last one was a little higher than I like. I was sitting total cholesterol at like 102. I want to say my LDLs were like at 98 or something like that. So I'm going to work at trying to get that down with supplementation, diet, and exercise. If you'd like to join me in that quest, drop join down in the comments, and let's get together and talk and see what we can do and see if we can help you do the same thing. I've had some folks that have, followed along with the snack ideas and meal plans and things like that that I've done. And they've had some success in losing weight and lowering their A1C, keeping their diabetes managed a little better. Uh, it is tough. It's something that you get up and you have to do every day. You have to make that commitment every morning before your feet touch the floor. And for me, that often requires a prayer and a lot of gratitude for things that I currently have. So if you'd like to join me, I'd love to have you. Thanks for taking the time to listen. And it was great catching up with you. And we'll see you soon. Bye bye.